jock itch, athlete's foot, horrible situations like that tend to happen, especially when we're doing a weight loss journey. I have a lot of excess skin. Now I have stuff just folding over at times, and yeah, it's kind of an embarrassing situation, but these topics need to be covered once in a while. Now, if you're new here, this is a community-based channel, and we try to help one another with simple solutions that we've learned as we went through a weight loss journey, or as we just go through life with simple problems. Sometimes we just bump in the walls, and this is how I figured out how to cure my jock itch and athlete's foot within 3 days. Now, there's many types of products on the market for athlete's foot. Some of them are simple, some of them get more complex, but the main thing that I need to focus on is we have to read ingredients and understand what the products are and how to use them. Because if we use the products incorrectly, we could potentially be doing damage to our bodies. We could be creating chemical burns or yeah, some other type of whatnot type of issues down under. Now, these do work pretty good for athlete's foot, but if you tend to spray them in a sensitive area or you have extreme athlete's foot, it will create a chemical burn. So definitely use caution with products like this. Now, another product I have, which is going to go in the trash shortly after the recording of this video, is just basic cheap Walgreens type jock itch powder. Now, the reason I'm not going to use this is because back here on the ingredient list, it has fragrances. I do not want fragrances down near my whatnots. And sometimes fragrances can cause an allergic reaction within some people, especially women, but even men, and it can actually promote further issues or rash type symptoms. Yeah. Now, a simple product that most people should have in their homes, maybe not, is this right here. Basic cornstarch. So this is just a product most people have in their pantry, so you don't have to run to the store, but this will work to get you started if you're having moisture issues in any places. And this item also replaces other store-bought items like that powder I just tossed over my shoulder. Just don't need that in my life. But cornstarch works great for just absorbing moisture in the socks, in the boots, in the crotch region. And it doesn't seem to create any harm to anybody that I know of. Now, another product I have used in the past has worked before. It's worked for a whole bunch of people, especially in the construction and truck driving industry, and that is Gold Bond medicated powder. And Gold Bond has several different products in their lineup. You can choose from different variations, different types. Some might have fragrances, but again, always flip the package around, read what it has for active ingredients, what the ingredients are. If they do not work for you, don't use the product and choose something a little more neutral. And I have a very, very neutral solution, and 2 of them are the products that I use to get rid of this problem. Now, the first product most people already have in their home, basic cuts. If you have children especially, yeah, I hope you have some Neosporin on hand. It really helps for children getting cuts. But this product right here works extremely well for stuff like athlete's foot and jock itch. And there are some similarities between all of these products that I'm going to explain here in just a second. Now, the main product I used in combination when getting started, I first applied some of this Neosporin, and then the rest of the time I was applying Bag Balm. And then before I go to work, I'd put a little bit of this Gold Bond in my boots just to try to control moisture. It's minus 10 degrees, minus 6 degrees up here in Alaska right now, so I didn't really have a problem with this, so I stopped using this pretty quickly throughout my week. But the similarities between this product, and even this product right here is they all closely relate to the pH balance in natural human skin. That is one of the most important aspects to anything we try to use. Now, I wanted to thank the community for coming out and helping me as much as possible. I got many awesome ideas on how to eliminate athlete's foot or potential jock itch type situations. The comments just kept coming, and I love this stuff because it's super helpful. And if you want to check out last week's video, it was called My Carnivore Diet Disaster, What Went Wrong, and that's basically what I was talking about, is athlete's foot and jock itch in this video. So hopefully somebody else can find that video useful if you're trying to just figure out what's going on here with me. But back to the comments section here. Providone, I'm sorry, I'm not very good at pronouncing these things. Providone iodine, 10% wipe with cotton wool. 1 week, it'll be gone. Zinc oxide, that's another option there. That is something that kind of was interesting to me because, you know, I'm a man, but this is a yeast infection type cream. So you can go out and purchase something like Vagisil or some store brand type name of yeast infection cream that could potentially work for athlete's foot or crotch region type problems like I had. And I had a weeping problem. I mean, it wasn't something that was pretty to look at, and it was producing fluid. It was seriously annoying and itchy and red and rashy and just yuck. Now, other people say they've had really good luck with store-bought athlete's foot cream. Didn't care too much for the store-bought brands because of all the extra added ingredients that came along with the long list of things that were in there, because some of this stuff just doesn't belong in our areas of privates. Now, somebody else came to the rescue because I already had this on hand. I didn't even consider this as a possibility to work for athlete's foot or jock itch until somebody talked about it. So then I looked in to do some further research, and I found out that this stuff does work. Unfortunately, it is in a small amount, but it does work quickly. Now, we had another subscriber that mentioned bone marrow and tallow. I mean, that's an option. I didn't even think of doing that, but some people say it helps with rashes and stuff like that. So that might be an option for you as well. And there's so much more, but I'm going to explain exactly how I use these products and how it fixed everything I had going on, because not everything was just these two products in the process of trying to fix this whole situation. So whenever you're suffering with something like jock itch, we have to consider other possible contaminated areas, such as our feet. Now, if we don't take care of both problems at the same time, it's just going to be a continuation of getting continuous jock itch or continuous foot rashes, and it's just uncomfortable. It sucks. So let's just cure the problem at the same time. That way we don't have to worry about it for however long until it comes around the next time, but we'll know what to do. So, okay, first thing in the morning, I was taking Neosporin in Bag Balm to get started. I was using the Neosporin in my crotch region mainly, and I was also using the Neosporin in between my toes, just trying to get it worked in there the best I could. And then I was covering it up with some Bag Balm. And shortly after that, I was just putting a little bit of this in my sock. Didn't seem to do anything, so I stopped using this altogether. A little dusting in the boot can help at times, but this can also work in a hot area of the country, so this might be an option for you as well. But this product right here does contain a little bit of menthol, so it does create a little like cooling and tingling sensation that some of you might like. I would not recommend using this in your whatnot region because it could potentially give you a slight chemical burn, or you could have an allergic reaction to it. So keep this out of the crotch. Use this only on the feet as it's recommended to be used. Now, something else I had to do before I even got started with any of this stuff is I had to find a loose pair of shorts. Now, similar to boxer shorts, this is what I would sleep in at night, and they're loose and they breathe very easily. The importance is to keep this area completely ventilated as much as possible to hopefully get the extra moisture outside of the crotch region. Now, another viewer did recommend something that was really helpful, and I didn't even think of because he's been watching my videos for quite some time. I've been walking around the house using Skechers as my walk shoes and my slippers. So I've been basically wearing sneakers inside the house. Those sneakers would go on like almost immediately after I took a shower, which is a kind of a fool's game on my part. So he recommended that I go out and get some flip-flops or basic open-toed type shoes. That way my toes can be ventilated, you know, as they're drying off. And unfortunately here in Alaska, we could not find just regular flip-flops this time of year because it's winter time and the weather sucks. So this will probably be the first time and the last time that I'll ever show my feet on the internet. But the number one thing that I needed to use was a rubber glove. This is just extremely helpful for if you're on the go and just trying to get out of the house in a hurry, because these are basic like creams and whatever you want to call Bag Balm. It can be messy, so yeah, you got to take care of your places. But the Neosporin gel worked extremely well, and I just take a little dab of this and put it on my finger. And then I just simply run it through the toes like that and just work it right into the toes. Now, if you're feeling any type of pain when you're running your finger in between your toes, that means you typically have something like athlete's foot. Now, for the Bag Balm, I use the Bag Balm all over my area, and you want to spread it wide. You want to spread it wide throughout the area because jock itch, athlete's foot, it wants to wander. If you have any place on your foot or in your crotch region that's untreated, you know, within that area, it's going to try to get to that, and then it's going to try to spread further. So definitely cover everything up. And I use a lot of bag balm. So I'm taking about this much bag balm right here per foot, and I'm placing it just basically straight over the top of my toes. It's going to look messy. You want to run this stuff right up underneath the toenails. And if you have longer toenails, definitely trim your toenails, take care of your toenail fungus, at least profile your toes down the best as possible. This looks like a lot of bag balm, but it's really not that bad. But you see here, I'm working it under the toenails, getting it all over. Take your finger and run it down in between the toes, just like with the Neosporin. This really works. And then once you're done, you're just going to take this whole bunch of gloppy goo and you're going to cover the entire foot. And then you're going to put your sock on after you're done with this. But you just take this and you rub it in thoroughly. This is probably the best my feet have looked in, the last 10 years. So I'm not too disappointed with how they look at the moment. And then you just take your sock and put it on. Don't worry about that little bit of bag balm. It does not stain your clothes. It does not ruin your socks. It so far has not ever ruined my boots. And then you just simply repeat the process on the other foot and go to work. And now that we got both feet done, we simply just remove the glove and toss it in the trash. Now I know I said I cured my athlete's foot and my jock itch within the first 3 days, which is true. Everything went away. All my symptoms went away. My wife checked out the region and everything looked just fine. But the thing is that we have to prepare ourselves for possibly recontaminating the area, which could get us more athlete's foot later on. So the best thing to do there is simply continue the process that I just showed you for approximately 2 weeks at least. And if you should have more symptoms after that, you need to start looking at other things around the house as a potential issue. Now, some of these things can include something like just previously used bath towels. Definitely clean your bath towels. And if you're suffering from athlete's foot, it's recommended to use a clean bath towel and wash rag every time you shower and bathe. Now, something else to consider is do not reuse your socks. You don't want to wear socks over and over again. If you go somewhere for the night and you have to put your socks on again, you're just making it worse. So if you do go somewhere for the night, just take an extra pair of socks with you and try to keep the feet as dry as possible. Now, some other issues are, it's the same time with your clothing. You might want to change your clothing, change your underwear frequently. Try to keep that area dry and fungus free as possible, because if it gets right back in there, it's just going to be a potential problem in another week or two. Now, another thing to mention about bag balm is this works similar to using Vaseline. So if you don't have bag balm in the house and you have Vaseline in your house, Vaseline can potentially be another option to use as well. They do pretty much the same thing. Closely resemble the pH balance of human skin. They're both petroleum products. They have a little bit of petroleum in them, so don't worry about that too much, unless you're allergic to petroleum products, of course. But yeah, if a slight irritation occurs, it says to stop using the product and try to find an alternative source. Yes, my love. But okay, guys, as always, let me know which one of these products you guys might have used, or if you're gonna plan on doing anything like this, because jock itch is a horrible pain in the butt, and boy, that would suck to get that in the butt. But all right, guys, if you found this video useful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Have you suffering from the issue? Have you figured out a different way of curing athlete's foot and jock itch? I mean, I'm sure other people in the community would love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell for our next upload. As always, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Well, I always forget to put something in my videos, and I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, if you do this, this is a great prevention type situation too. So if you're looking to not have athlete's foot, just do this. Same way as I showed you in the video. It should help. Love your life, guys.